Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I got it. We've only got six GTP. James Pierce, Peyton Sweet, Michael Strickland, Chris Roberge, Mike Robinson, and Grayson Lewis. Lucas, that's it. The rest are in GT3. Yep.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
It sucks, dude, because the dash for the World of Outlaws is getting ready to start and Brownie's in it. I can't have it on another tab because they would hear all that in the broadcast. Coming through my deal. So I can't even watch it. I can mute it, I guess. I'll just mute it. There we go. That's funny, chap. You're gonna be like, hey, church, did you see blah, 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 blah on track? And I'm over here in the broadcast booth watching the Dirt World of Outlaws race. I'm like, oh, let me go back and see. Hold on. Sorry, I was watching the dirt race. Oh yeah. Bring your friends and family to watch. Anybody out there hear this? That's Mark. With Wretched. Buongiorno what?
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
I have not gotten an alert, but I'll go to YouTube. Is it not YouTube? Is it the YouTube app? Are you in? And everybody's okay with you getting pulled up. Nobody said no. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're in a battle, don't pull them. But if they're kind of just cruising around, yeah, just pull them up and hey, it's Ryan up in the booth. They'll like that. You know, and keep it simple. Don't be like, everybody's okay with you. Give me the tire temperature of your right rear tire. You know, don't make them think. Just if they're in a, you know, just how the car feeling, man. You're looking good out there. That's a beautiful paint scheme or something like that. I just accepted it, by the way. Did you start it?
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Yeah, it does. That's why I told you, you're gonna have to take that off. Everybody here. Yeah. I got some fun facts for the track.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first night of the Virtual Velocity Racing sponsored series, road course series, powered by ChopShop Racing. I'm your host, Ryan Wayne, and with me tonight is my cousin, Mr. Robert Church. How's it going, chap?
Hey, not too bad.
Like I said, tonight's race is sponsored by Virtual Velocity Racing. They are a first-time sponsor of our league, and I'm kind of excited for them, man. You know, if you don't know, Tim Lee's the owner. He's a cool cat. And they run a cup series on Thursdays. Their sessions normally start for practice at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, with a 5-minute qualifying session starting at 8:25 Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are interested in a good Thursday league that is stacked full of talent and full of players, head over to Facebook/Virtual Velocity Racing. It's under the little group section over there, and ask to join. I'm sure they'll accommodate you. I did, and they accepted me, and I don't think they even know who I am. So that's always a bonus, right?
Yeah, for sure. Sebring, where's that at? Florida, isn't it?
Sebring is down here with the Gators.
That's near you, somewhere.
That is like an hour from me, and I didn't even know there was a road course in this state until we came here.
It's crazy you say that, because I was just looking here. That's 348 acres of racetrack.
No way.
348 acre facility, dude. That's a lot.
You know the funny thing about that is you would never know it where it's at. Sebring is actually a pretty small town in Florida. Obviously, it would be considered large in Iowa, but in Florida, it would be considered a small town. And I had to Google map it, and when I Google mapped it, it looked like the size of a dime. So maybe I need my eyes fixed.
So you're saying it's the only thing in Sebring is the track?
Yeah. There might be a Walmart. You know, in the United States, where there's a house, there's a Dollar General, guaranteed, right there.
Oh yeah, yep. No, it's Sebring Raceway or Motorplex. Is 348 acres. There's even a hotel, and the hotel is I just seen it here, 100 and some rooms, and it is on the hairpin turn.
Really? I actually have that map. I'm going to double click on it and kind of just drag it in my window so everybody can see. I know it's a little unorthodox for a broadcast, but we want to show you exactly where that hairpin is. So I'm going to set this down right here. That hairpin is right here. That's turn number 7 right here. You come out of the Big Bend and you swoop right into it, but that straightaway there, Church, it says it's 1,000, is that right? 1,150 feet distance from 6 to 7-ish. How fast do you think these boys are going to be getting? They're probably going to be hitting top gear, right?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I guarantee it's pretty fast. And it probably would be Top Gear. I know for sure those GTPs. I think they're a lot faster than the GT3s. So, I don't know what their top speeds are. Maybe we can get in a car and maybe find that out today.
Yeah, we're going to definitely have to look at it as they start to grid up. We're going to look at. My classes aren't showing up right. Let's look at qualifying show. There you go. So you can obviously see in the qualifying results here, James Pierce with the fastest lap for qualifying. He is in that GTP car. The GTPs are way faster than your standard GT3 cars. Your standard GT3 cars are just souped up BMWs, Porsches, stuff like that. These GTPs, I'm not even 100% sure on the manufacturers. I'm sure everybody has one, but it's called Grand Touring Prototype. So it's a prototype of the Grand Touring series. Michael Strickland.
Spaceship.
Yeah, it's a spaceship. Yeah. Something from the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Michael Strickland in second, Steven Salas in third, Mike Robinson in fourth, and fifth, Peyton Sweet, and Christopher Burrs will round out the sixth spot with the GTPs. Starting first for the GT3s, which is obviously seventh in the entire field, is Gene McClaw. Is that right? McClune.
Yep.
Followed him is Nathan Biggert, Colby Hartung, David Steiner, Michael Caffrey, Wesley Strait, Noah Blackwell, Philip Caffrey. That, I didn't even notice that, but the Philip and the Michael Caffrey, those guys are brothers from Australia. So it'll be interesting to see what they do together. Beneath Philip Caffrey, you got Tyler Hammond. Now, Tyler Hammond is the young man, the son of the owner of ChopShop Racing, Mr. John Hammond. It looks like he told his daddy, "Get out of the seat, old man. I got this." So
let me get in there.
Let him get after it. We got Anthony beneath him, Mark Retchen beneath him, and Bryant Lucas rounding out the end of the GTP way back there for whatever reason. Looks like he's starting to creep up. So this'll be a race, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. Really exciting race. I can't wait to watch it. To see what these GTP cars can do. And just the track. I've never seen the track, so this is a first for me.
Yeah, let's pull that track info up. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. What is it, almost 3 3/4 or
3.6.
Yeah, about 3 3/4 of a mile. Yep.
It's showing the track temperature at 96 degrees with an altitude of 62 foot. Again, it's in Sebring. The outside weather is 77 degrees, 41% humidity, partly cloudy with 4-mile-an-hour winds. Make sure to check us out on ChopShop TV_TV. I'm sorry, they're at YouTube for all these great races that are being sponsored.
Yeah, for sure. Before we go racing here, some more Sebring fun facts. The racetrack began its life in 1941 as a World War II B-17 combat training base. So it was a World War II training base before it was a racetrack in 1941. Its name was Hendricks Field, and after the war, the military turned the facility over to the city of Sebring. In 1950, it hosted its first race, and on March 15th of 52 was the first 12-hour endurance race they had here.
No kid.
Yeah.
That is neat. I mean, who would have thought it would be an old military joint,
Right. Yeah. Looks like it has, 17 turns, Ryan?
Yeah, 17. And that's a lot of turning in 3.5 miles.
It's the second longest major road course in North America. I'm kind of curious to know what the first one is. The longest one in North America.
That, I mean, you'd have to, I don't know, man. I don't know if you could even spot it from Google Maps because there's so few in the United States. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of road courses that are just smaller, And this is a new thing that I'm just now realizing, and I didn't know this about the multi-class stuff, so I'm kind of learning as I go as everybody else. But these GTPs are pacing on their own, and then in the back you got the GT3s doing the exact same thing.
Sorry, I was looking here. 34 days and 12 hours is the real 12 hours of Sebring endurance race they're going to have here. So in 34 days, almost a month away, they're going to be here in IRL and running some 12-hour endurance race. Sorry about that.
No, you're all right. That's
It's got a countdown going. I just seen that.
I bet you almost anything if I were to drive down there, everybody'd have their campers up and just. Could you imagine watching a race for 12 hours?
Well, the thing of it is it says here, Sebring International Raceway is known for having the most devoted fans of any motorsports event in North America. So, the 12 hours of Sebring, the endurance races, you're telling me that this place has more fans devoted to motorsports than like the Daytona 500 and stuff like that. That's crazy.
We go green here, and these GTPs are going to check out immediately. These cars have about 100 more horsepower than the GT3s do. Oh, as we see two of them get collected there.
Was that right there in the front?
Yeah, that was. We got. It's almost hard to keep track of all the accidents. We got Gene that crashed. Let's go back and look at that replay real quick. He's in the GT3 here. They're just coming down the front stretch, getting going.
Right under the bridge.
Is that when
looks
it happened?
It looks like Gene McClune is going to be out of the race. He looks like he might have been one of those involved. He didn't sound happy.
Oh, yeah, it looks like he got dive bombed right here. Racing into the corner, that's pretty typical, and they probably get together and he spins up. Yep, one hits the wall, one hits the brakes. You know, that's always a bad thing all the way around. That's
we got
tough break.
We got Nathan Biggert back here. Oh, first place. James Pierce is still running first, kind of walking away with it a little bit. Strickland in second. I got Roberge in sixth. Got Michael Robinson in fourth. Kind of out of order here, but
Philip Caffrey and Gene just got into it. That's horrible, man. I feel bad for them. Hopefully they can get those race cars fixed.
Yeah, I'm not sure damage-wise how long it takes to fix these cars. Do they have a fast repair?
I'm not 1,000% positive, but I do know.
I can look right here.
Yes,
there is.
There is
one fast repair.
Okay, yep, so thank goodness for that. These guys do have the driving line aid available to them if they wish. If they don't wish to, they obviously don't have to have it on, obviously for certain reasons. And you can just see how hard these guys are running into the corners. It's unreal. And these GTPs are just taking off. We got James Pierce already running a 1.4829, and compared to Colby Hartung, which is right here, he ran a 2.1071, and that's just a huge difference between the two, speed-wise.
A lot more, right? Yeah, the speed. I figured the GTPs would be a lot faster. I mean, they just look faster. They look like a space rocket.
They do. We're all right on board here with Colby Hartung. Let's just see how hard he's actually pushing this race car.
Yeah. Looks like we got Steven Salas in the pits, Gene McClune in the pits, Philip Caffrey in the pits. So I think they were involved in that crash.
Yeah, they're probably getting... the fast repair should be fairly quick, so they should just be in and out of there. Unless, maybe they're saving it, you think? Saving it for another wreck another time since it's so early. Maybe they're just going in there and getting those cars taken care of. So this is Colby Hartung. He's in a GT3. He's just cruising around. It's a BMW. He's doing his thing. I think he did the 24-hour Daytona in this, and they actually did very well. But this is kind of what this car looks like. You can hear the power. And let's switch over to James Pierce, which is in a GTP, and you can just hear the difference in the engine. It's a really weird cockpit view, too. I don't know if I could even drive this car.
Yeah. It looks like it's... They look cool. They look really cool. And, one of these days I might just have to jump in one. I mean, I know nothing about road racing, but I love being in the booth. So I'm a dirt racer, but we're doing some road racing. we're getting it to where I like watching it, doing it. You know, maybe later on we'll get it put in the car. Give it a shot.
Why, you know, I mean, you got some experience turning right on all those dirt tracks you race. And if you guys don't know, Churchy here is on the road to 200. 200 wins. You're at what, 179 now?
179. I grabbed another one last night in the Pro Late model. Probably one of the best races I've ever done on iRacing. We were banging doors for first and second, and ended up coming away with it. So yes, 179. 21 more to go.
Jeez. Well, good luck to you. I wonder, you know, see if we can't get it. 21 races doesn't seem like much, but ladies and gentlemen, doing that in iRacing and these official races is brutal. No one gives, everybody takes. It's a fight to the death. So for him to accumulate 179 already is impressive all on its own. So if he could get that done, you know, sometime this year, that'd be awesome.
Yes it would. You know, I don't know what corner that is, but I'm watching these guys, Grayson Lucas back here in fourth, Michael Robinson in fifth, and Peyton Sweet in sixth. That corner back there, it almost looks like they go off track to make the corner. I don't know if that helps them or if
spun it.
Ooh, there's a crash.
Yeah, Robinson spun her. Gave her too much.
But Peyton Sweet about got into him, it looked like.
He did.
So, looks like he avoided it for...
These, I wish we had just as many GTPs as we do GT3s. I think that would be... It's so much work. With these multi-class races, as these Oh, the 52! No, it was Noah Blackwell. Hit the wall, spun in a big circle. He's back. He kept her straight, but I'm glad we got to see that. He's trying to catch up now in that Lamborghini.
Well, hopefully he don't have a lot of damage there. It looks like he just kept going, so hopefully it didn't hurt him too bad.
Yeah, for sure. It was what I was going to say before that happened is with these GT. Oh, he spun the 63s just turned in. Yeah, this is. I don't think he's driving away from that one. David Steiner and Blackwell just.
Was that for 12th and 13th or?
Yeah, that it looked like they did on purpose. Either that or Blackwell's going to have to tow that car.
Yeah, it looks like he's having trouble driving it. He spun it out again. He's in the pits.
All right, so if we could catch a break from cars wrecking for a minute, what I'm trying to say is the cool thing about these GT3s and the GTPs on track is the rule of thumb is these GT3s have the right of way, right, Church, on the track. If they're coming into a corner, it's the GTPs, the prototype's responsibility to find a way around these cars.
Yes, they're a lot quicker. And if you're coming up on a GT3 car, it is the GT3's responsibility to just kind of hold your line and give them some room, let them get around you.
And as you can see right here, there's two GTPs taking over that Red Bull Ferrari car. I don't know who that is. It's the 23. That's Anthony. But I mean, they're just gone already, and there's just nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, you got
Ferrari.
You got Mark Retchen back here in 15th. He's just cruising, trying to keep her clean, doing a good job.
Yeah, I really like that. Is that Michelob Ultra car? It's a Michelob Ultra car.
Tyler Hammond's doing the same thing at 14th, just keeping it clean, doing a good job.
Oh, he's racing a Porsche. See, last time I seen him practicing, he was in a Ferrari, so got a giant octopus or kraken, sorry, a giant kraken on his car. So
an octopus,
an octopus, kraken, whatever it is. I can't keep up with the slang terms that the kids use. Oh no, I just hit my. There we go. Fix that bad boy real quick here. Gotta find my mouse. There we go.
I don't know if they're getting into lap traffic or something happened to Philip Caffrey. He's in 18th here, and it looks like Kobe Hartung in 7th and Michael Caffrey in 8th. Looks like they're coming up on him, so Not sure what's going on with Philip Caffrey.
As we see Mike Robinson just overtake.
I mean, you got people all over the track.
I know. I got my camera
cameras.
set on exciting. I have to because I can't keep track with everybody. You know.
Yeah, they're covering the whole track for sure.
I will tell you my favorite car of the race, and this might not be a secret to most, but to a lot of people, is Michael Strickland. And the reason I love this car so much is because it is nice and teal. Look at this Cadillac. This guy gets enough exposure anyways the way it is, so we shouldn't give him too much. But I love the teal color, man. I'm obsessed with teal. That's just how I've always been.
For sure. You got Tyler Hammond getting passed here by James Pierce. Looks like Pierce is coming up on some more cars. Looks like Theodore is going to be his next victim. Theodore's running 11th there, and about
tapped
there you
him.
go. Yeah, I got by him there.
Yeah, see,
close call there.
If I would have been Theodore there, I would have stuck my line and made him run through me. Like, that's just how I am, though. If I'm behind, I'm in a GT3 and you're a way faster car, you're definitely going to go around me.
Ooh, Philip Caffrey bounced her off the wall a little bit there and kept going.
Oh! Did he come up and hit him intentionally, you think?
Noah Blackwell. Nathan Biggert out of ninth.
They're not happy with Noah Blackwell tonight for some reason, or he's just a car magnet. I mean, one of the two.
There goes Pierce around Biggert. Yeah, I bet Biggert's not happy about that one. It kind of looked like just came down a little bit. Noah Blackwell when Biggert was trying to make the pass.
Let's look here. How long ago was it? Oh, yeah. There he is. Nathan's coming up off the corner. Man, I don't know if he misread that or if he did intentionally. Biggert. Let's look at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like he was coming out of the corner. Yeah, it looked like he was trying to straighten it out, and they just got a little close. I don't think that was intentional, but I've been wrong before.
Yeah, maybe we'll hear something at the end of the race about it.
Oh, we'll find out. Let's.
Looks like Gene McClune's back on the track. He was in the pits there for a long time. Looks like he's back on track.
I mean, James Pierce is just on a tear. Just...
He did good last season too. I think this is his primary series is road racing, I believe, and so he's pretty good at it. And it just blows my mind how well he can maneuver these cars around some of these tracks.
Yeah, as we watch him go up through the field now, I mean, he gets right on him, then out of the way really quick, then right back on the wall. I mean, he's not even making gradual movements. He is cranking that wheel as hard as he can, as fast as he can. And you can just tell by watching how he races. It's like he knows his track front and back and front, races it in his sleep.
Right. So, I mean, we got James Pearson first. We got Stryker, Michael Strickland in second. My bad, second. Third place, got to find him here.
Peyton Sweet.
Is Chris Roberge in third.
Really?
Chris Roberge is having a good race. It shows him in fourth now.
Yeah, Peyton's ahead of him in that
Peyton
3 plat.
Yep.
Then Chris Roberge.
Number 5.
You got Bryant. Then you got Mike Robinson.
I can't find the 5 for some reason. The 5th placeman, I don't know.
Yeah, it's Bryant Lucas. You got Colby Hartung's. You know what? I forgot to turn on the leaders. The leaders. What a noob. Let's do this. There you go. So you can see Colby Hartung's leading the GT3s and Pierce is leading the GTPs. Virtual Velocity isn't ever going to hire me again, man. I'm over here messing up the stream.
Right.
You guys
doing our best.
You know what? If you guys hate it so bad, just go over to Facebook/Virtual Velocity Racing, join it, and tell them how much you hate me and how much you'd like to race with them instead of watching me.
Looks like we have 10 cars that are going to be a lap down. Michael Caffrey, Wesley Strait, Nathan Biggert, Theodore, Tyler Hammond, Mark Retchen, Anthony, David Steiner, Steven Salas are all going to be a lap down. Gene McLean's going to be 2 laps down, along with Philip Caffrey and Noah Blackwell. They're all going to be 2 laps down.
You know, I will tell you, a lot of people don't know this, but they got to watch out for cheaters in this, too, because you got this Colby Hartung right here with Storm Racing. Then if you switch over to Wesley Strait, he's in a Storm Racing car, too. Same car, same everything. You know those guys are cheating. They're up to something. They got the same car so they can get away with wrecking the whole field out, you know, and no one knows exactly who it is. You can't put 2 people in prison.
All right. Bryant Lucas is, I've got here, it must be the hard charger so far. He's in 3rd place, and he started 18th. So that's pretty good. He's doing a pretty good job.
You know, he did start in the back, though, on that lineup. I don't know if he pitted and just started in the back, or I don't know if he was... for sure, he couldn't have an EOL because it's first race, so maybe it's just those cars have so much power, even starting the race, you know, they take off. And if I remember right, they only have about 150 more horse than the GT3s do. Granted, that's quite a bit, but that's the difference.
Right. Oh, you just seen there. It looks like you had Steven Salas going by David Steiner.
Let's look at our Australian cats.
Here comes James Pierce around some more lapped cars. Made a clean pass there on Steiner.
We're on Caffrey's Mercedes here. Got Dominate on the hood. I think he's out here to make a statement, try to move up the field. You gotta love yourself some Caffrey. His paint schemes are always just, they're just, I wouldn't say they're plain Jane, but they're simple, you know.
Right. Yeah, you gotta love our Australian buddies.
But they're not cheating wrong. Because Caffrey's in a Mercedes, or Michael Caffrey's in a Mercedes, but Philip Caffrey is in a Ferrari. But the same paint scheme. I can't talk tonight.
Same paint scheme. So they must have got a discount being brothers, and they were like, hey, we'll just paint the car the same. We get a discount doing it. So,
they use the same file, maybe because the cars are lined up the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then you got Anthony back here. He's also, not Anthony, I didn't mean Anthony, I meant David Steiner. He's in the GT3, and he also is flying the Australian flag. So, blah, blah, blah.
You can't go wrong with Australians. Always nice people. You know, here during the Knoxville Nationals for dirt racing, Australians come in by the hundreds and thousands, and you never run into a bad one. You never do.
Philip Caffrey's sitting there representing Fuego Paints on his banner. He probably thought I wasn't going to be broadcast the race. He probably thought it was going to be Joe. Joke's on you, Caffrey. It's me, buddy. And to be a little racist, the only Canadian in the field, Mr. Roberge, all out there by himself, sitting in the red monster car. Got ChopShop logo, beautiful car. Looks like he got a little scrape on the rear left there, but he's still rolling forward, making progress, making gains. He's sitting in fourth right now.
I'm trying to see here. You got Michael Strickland in sixth, and you got James Pierce coming up on him. He's about a corner. He's coming up quick, so might want to keep an eye on that, see what happens there.
We'll jump in. You know what? I love when James Pierce starts getting close. I like jumping to his cockpit. This guy's movements is insane. He drives in real deep, dives it down real low, gets right back on the gas, might break it loose a little bit, then just corrects it. It looks like he's chasing down Michael Strickland.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. Last I knew, Michael Strickland was running second, and now he's back to sixth. I don't know if we missed something, or even if the car's 100% good to go. It just seems like he's almost babying it a little bit, because here comes James Pierce real quick.
Yeah, I'm thumbing through the recent activity, and I don't see anywhere that Stryker was involved. Not to say that he wasn't. You know, it just may have not picked it up.
Right.
But
His exits in His exits in the corner is what's hurting him. It just seems like he's real slow coming off. He's good going in, a little slow going off. Not sure. We'll keep an eye on it though.
He's definitely letting the bad boy eat. As we sit in the cockpit with Michael Strickland, he knows that Pierce is behind him, and he's going to do everything he can to stay in front of him, and likely so, he should. The biggest mover in the GT3s is Theodore in that BMW. He's up 9 positions right now.
9 positions. He's doing
and as
job.
we jump, I think we jinxed him, because as I jumped into his cockpit, he spun out.
Michael Strickland did, huh?
No, not Strickland. Theodore did.
Theodore spun out. Man, he was doing good too. He's still doing good. Regardless, he's still doing good.
As we jump back on board with Pierce, we're going to see how he's going to end up overtaking a veteran driver like Michael Strickland. Right on the outside, just like that. The striker going to fight back is the question.
James Pierce is your leader. Peyton Sweet second. Grayson Lucas third. Chris Roberge fourth. You know, I'm going to keep saying it. Chris Roberge is having a good race. He knows how to run one of these road cars more than I would have thought, you know. So he's doing a good job. Mike Robinson is 5th. And Striker's 6th. Those are all GTP cars.
That is great. Well, I mean, your GTP should be taking up the first 6 rows,
right,
of your finishing order, regardless. I mean, you know, Striker could go 6 laps down to Pierce, but not a single lap down from Hartung. You know what I mean?
Right. It's showing we got 6 cars on the lead lap, and Striker would be the last car on the lead lap. I guess. I thought he went a lap down, but
that's
he
why
did go a lap down. He did. Okay.
Yeah,
now
that's why he was fighting so hard to stay in front of him.
Right. Now there's only 5 cars on the lead lap. The last one being Mike Robinson.
We got Hartung, Caffrey straight for the top 3 for the GT3s. Then we got James Pierce, Peyton Sweet, and Bryant Lucas for top 3 in the GTPs.
Got Michael Caffrey and Colby Hartung, 7th and 8th here. Caffrey's coming up on Hartung, so could be a little battle.
Yeah, now out back behind them, you got it looks like Tyler Hammond's back there, kind of watching the show see how this thing winds out. You know, let's jump in the cockpit, Tyler Hammond, and let's just see how he's wheeling this thing around. If he's being overly aggressive, saving tires. As he goes down this long stretch, I do believe he is in the hairpin turn right here.
If that's the hairpin turn, there should be a hotel right there.
There is, over to the left.
Yep, that hotel has got 120 some rooms in it. So if you go down to Sebring Raceway and need a place to stay, you could stay technically on the track.
That's the fact that you remember that out of all the info that you read is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we need to do? We need to pull up the display map here, and you could see your favorite drivers right here, and so you can see 1 through. Well, let's put the car numbers on there, so you can see exactly where they're at on these corners.
As you do that, Michael Caffrey is getting closer to Colby Hartung. This is for 7th and 8th. He's right on his bumper.
He's trying to get it. He's on that rear.
It is for position. It looks like on exit, Colby's just a little bit better. And he pulls away a little bit, but on entry, yeah, Caffrey really gets him.
Yeah, as they move up, they're coming to turn 13, and this is the tower turn right here. It's really hard. They got to slow down a bunch, then launch back. And now they're going to have this long little stretch, and turn 14 is that little indent that they're coming up to right now. That's called the Bishop.
The Bishop.
The Bishop.
I think it's really cool how a lot of these tracks, got some weird, cool names to some of these corners. They're,
I don't know how most road courses are broadcasted. Obviously, they have thousands of people broadcasting the whole race, but I do know. Look at Hartung's weaving back and forth, just playing with Caffrey right now. That'll be interesting as they roll into the hairpin, right, or the sunset bend right here. Turn 17, they're going to come back around on straightaway. They get together. Caffrey did not appreciate Hartung being so cocky, so I think he just gave him a door.
Yeah, he waited till they got under the bridge and doored him and then got by him there. So that puts Caffrey in 7th and Hartung in 8th.
Now let's jump on board with Hartung and let's just see if he's going to start pushing it now to get back up to where he is, or where he was. I apologize.
Is tires really a factor here on these road course races?
Oh, I would assume they'd have to be, right? Oh, Caffrey goes in a little deep into the dirt. That's going to give Hartung a little run to get up to his bumper. Now the action's going to be on, I think. They go side by side. Coming up to the hairpin right here. Really tight. Turn 7, the hairpin. They're going to come up to the turn 8. What was that? Fangio? Fangio. I'm a horrible reader. Went up through the Cunningham down to the collar here in 11. Back up to the tower.
Back up to the tower.
That tower, man. I like that. Turn 13 down to that turn 14 Bishop. They can get a lot of speed going down there.
What's the one after the Bishop? Would be the Le Mans?
Yes,
Le
sir.
Mans corner?
Yep. To the Ullman Straight, back to the Sunset Bend.
They just had Michael Strickland in 6th go by Tyler Hammond that's in 17th. It's a pretty clean pass there. Looked like Tyler just let him go by.
Stryker and them Cadillacs, buddy. Well, I mean, I don't get it, do you?
Hey, well, Michael Caffrey and Colby Hartung are not giving up an inch. They're both still trying to battle for 7th and 8th.
Yeah, these two are very, very, very competitive. I don't know who would be more competitive, Hartung or Caffrey. And
they just let Stryker play there.
Yeah, they're going to have to let Stryker go through there because Stryker is booking.
Yeah. Looks like Colby got the position back from Caffrey. I must have missed that.
It ain't over till it's over, but you know, Caffrey likes his road courses, and he's typically pretty fast. I would love to pull one of these drivers up here in the booth, but I'm not going to interrupt them digging.
Yeah, we see here we got Mark Retchen, 15th. He's doing a good job keeping the car clean, keeping it on the track. I think he's looking just to get a top 15 today.
We got Tyler Hammond back here, still just chilling in the 16th spot. You know, we should pull Hammond's boy up here, don't you think?
If you like, yeah. I mean, that'd be good.
See what he thinks about his first official league race with these boys.
Yep. Looks like James Pierce's last lap. Just a note. It was a 1:45. All
right, we're gonna pull him up. All right.
Yep.
Make sure I'm on him. On here. Mr. Tyler Hammond, Ryan in the booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, I do. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What? So how are you feeling right now with your one of your first official races with the ChopShop boys?
I'm feeling pretty good. We got kind of I don't know what to describe, an internet failure, a mechanical failure. We lost our Ethernet, so we're running 2 laps down. But I'm confident we can run this crack and rum Porsche right back to a top 5 maybe. And yeah, I'm just confident in my race car.
All right, well, I could tell you Hartung and Caffrey are running really hard together, so, you know, accidents do happen, so that might give you an opportunity to get a lap back, you know, maybe even both of them. And, you know, we wanted to bring you up here just to see, was it everything you thought it was going to be? Because these guys run hard. They don't give an inch.
Yeah, they're not too bad. It's, you know, I mean, it's a good league, I'd say.
It's a good
I
league.
don't know what else to say.
So where'd you learn your road course racing from? It wasn't your old man, was it?
Yeah, but it sure as hell wasn't Dad. But, I don't know, it's just mostly self-taught. I used to suck. I used to be, like, all the way down in 200 I rating because I was 14 and couldn't drive, but...
Nah, you're looking good, Tyler.
Yeah, I
You're,
rebound.
you're
You know,
looking
you learn
good.
through the trials of, you know, bottom split.
Yeah,
You're looking good, man. You're keeping it clean, so just keep it up.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to send you back down, bud. Keep at it.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Just kind of scrolling through here,
Shit, I moved him to the wrong room.
looking at
Baller.
some. Let's see.
So that
Got
was
Anthony.
Tyler Hammond, old man, John Hammond, owner of the Chop Shop. I think he kicked his old man off the rig to let him go racing tonight, you know, and here he is. I'm glad that he got his internet figured out and taken care of.
Not sure what Anthony was doing in the pits, but he's pulling out now. Anthony's running 19th. I'm not sure if he was getting fuel, tires, or fixing some damage, but he's pulling back out now.
Yep, we're all over it as he gets passed by a few cars coming off pit road there. He's going to start digging and trying to get back over it. He is currently sitting in 19th place.
Got
James-
Wesley straight. Oh, go ahead.
James Pierce is still sitting with the fastest lap at a 1:44.27. I mean, the guy's just on rails.
Yeah, I didn't really expect any less from James. He's good at his road courses and road racing. So we do have good. These guys out here though, they can beat him. It is possible, as we've got. It looks like Noah Blackwell sideways again and spins it out. Looks like he's going to stop here and tow. So Noah Blackwell in the pits.
Yeah, and he's been struggling really hard on this 52 Lamborghini machine. I mean, super sweet paint job, though. Out of all people, you would probably love this paint job the most, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. It's a really cool paint job.
It reminds me of those bombs that they used to paint with the teeth on it.
Right. Yep. Yeah. The fighter planes.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Bryant Lucas and Noah Blackwell both went to the trailer, I guess you could say, and so not sure their day's done.
Bryant Lucas did?
Yeah, that's what it's showing here, that he disconnected.
He was running clear up there. I wonder, I don't see anything on SDK saying that he... Oh, he did crash right here. Let's go back. Oh, he crashed a few times. Let's go back and check it out. Comes out of the corner here. He's rolling pretty good. Oops. Oh, he hit it nose first. Destroyed that car.
Looks like we still got 5 cars on the lead lap. It looks like Michael Strickland got his lap back. So he is the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, if you look at Bryant Lucas, man, he tore up the front end of that race car so bad it doesn't even look like he can turn it.
That's the reason for the going to the trailer and taking her home, I guess.
I'm assuming he probably already used his fast repair. It's really hard to catch all the instances that go on during the race.
Yep. Well, it's good we found it and found out the reason for taking it home.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
It is. He was doing good.
And it looks like, to me, Caffrey retook the lead from Hartung in the GT3s. Wow, these two are just not going to call it quits. Here's the thing. If they finish 1-2, they both get a podium spot, meaning they both get interviewed by us regardless. So it doesn't matter anyways. I guess they'll get talked to. Full send, breaking the draft, battling for position in their class. You ain't lying, Jason. You are not lying. Jason, Signature Esports, go check him out. He does all our broadcasting for ChopShop, minus the Road Course series. which is brought to you by Virtual Velocity.
Nathan Biggert around Colby Hartung for 8th and 9th here, so that move Biggert up to 8th.
Oh, Bigger is coming, isn't it? He hasn't showed his ugly mug at all really today after getting into it with Blackwell there. So it's nice to see him finally start to creep up, and he's probably going to work on getting his lap back. He has a lap down, isn't he?
Biggert?
Yes.
Yes, Biggert is 2 laps down.
I thought.
But we know Biggert. He'll get that car underneath him, and there's still some time in this race. So
I hit the wrong button. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't have enough monitors. That's my next complaint. Not enough monitors. Need more.
Don't you have like 4 or 5?
I have 4, but John has 5. I want 5.
Oh, you're gonna get 6 now. Watch.
Could you imagine? Speaking of Jason sitting here in the chat, shooting the stuff with us, I would love to see his home PC. I even did the podcast with him. I didn't ask him to see his setup, which I always ask everybody to see their setup, and I forgot to with him. We were just so deep in conversation. That guy probably has 50 monitors just laying around.
Sorry to cut you off, Ryan, but it looks like Chris Robert is running 3rd. Looks like he just pitted. So I don't know if we're about ready to see pit stops or if there's another issue with Chris, but running 3rd, and he's in the pits.
I wonder if it's gas. I wonder if they're running low on fuel.
And here he comes. He's pulling back out.
Because he doesn't have a lot of damage.
Yeah. Imagine it's probably fuel or something. So I'm kind of curious to see if we see more people getting ready to pit, or we'll keep an eye on that.
We got Peyton Sweet sitting in 3rd. He has a very unique car. It's almost like a plaid. All the guy needs on his car is an axe, and we could just call him the lumberjack.
Yeah. Some of the best racing we have on track, and we've had for a while, is 7th, 8th, and 9th, all battling and all together with Caffrey, Nate Biggert, and Colby Hartung.
So I just pulled up the pit strategy, the stint, and it looks like Sweet is 18 laps, if I'm reading that right. I'm not a fan of how they do this pit deal. We're going to start showing pit lane now. Let's see what kind of laps he's running.
Oh, we got Mark Retchen up a spot. He's from 15th to 14th. He's still just cruising, keeping her clean.
Trying to get after it?
Yeah, just trying to bring her home.
Most of them's made one stop. Robinson hasn't stopped at all. Yeah, so you can see, Tyler Hammond's down 3 laps, Caffrey 2, Biggert 2, Hartung 2, and that's all these laps are to the GTPs. I mean, obviously, we don't know. We don't know if they're a lap down to their own cars. 5 is perfect. I have 6.
Roberts didn't move too far back when he pitted there. He went from 3rd, and it's currently showing him 5th. So he only lost 2 spots. With those cars that are laps down, I guess you really won't fall back all that far.
So Jason says 5 is perfect. He has 6 monitors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said John's got 5. So what's that mean for Ryan? He's going for 6. You watch 6. You just need 2 more.
Buddy, I need to get a bigger case so I could fit another 4090 in there, and then I could just have 10 monitors. I don't think my little motherboard can handle it, though. Let's see. Oh, Biggert's in the heat right now as he gets passed by Strickland.
Not sure if something happened.
And Stefan.
Not sure if something happened to Caffrey, Michael Caffrey. He kind of fell off from that group he was running with Colby Hartung and Nate Biggert. So it looks like Roberge is getting ready to pass him here.
He's going to overtake him on the inside.
So I'm not sure if the tires are playing a factor for Caffrey or what the deal is there, but he's fell off from those guys that he was running for position.
Jason says the 2 PC setup is the real deal, though. Brother, I don't know if I can even afford another PC, let alone another monitor, you know, with this tough economy, but it is what it is. One of these days, if I continue to broadcast or if I feel like I have some sort of passion for this that I didn't even know I had, then maybe I'll think about it, but...
Michael Strickland's up a spot. He's in 4th.
Church is focused on this race. I probably should be too, huh? Well, he got who's he got right behind him? The 22. That is Stefan Salas. Hot on those heels. It's gonna be a good race for position. Let's go in Stefan's car. Watch him chase down Stryker. I feel like almost every cockpit I've jumped in tonight, they're chasing Stryker. Like, Stryker's getting picked on this broadcast a little bit.
Not for sure, but I jumped in with Caffrey, and on his dashboard it says something's low, and it's in red, and it's showing 0 PSI. So I wonder if something is wrong with his tires, or not for sure. I really don't know what that means.
Poil low, P-O-I-L.
Oil low, or yeah,
pressure,
so
oil pressure, I bet.
that could be. And
Poil.
oil.
I'm sitting here
Oil.
sounding the word out when I'm just should look at the word oil. Listen, I'm an idiot. That's
it looks like they're all like that. Running those cars. Biggerts is the same way. They're all at 0, and so maybe it just doesn't mean anything.
We got Strickland going around Tyler Hammond like a rocket. You know, we keep calling this race as bad as... Oh, I can't say we, Chip, because it's all me, really, when it comes to calling it camera angles and all that fun jazz. But,
Yep.
you know, Virtual Velocity Racing probably mad at me right now. They're probably like, God, man, this guy just can't figure it out.
Yeah, you're doing your best. That's all that matters.
I'm not dumb, guys. I'm just having a blast. There's so much to keep your eyes on watching these race cars. You just never know what's going to happen. As we see the 64 go around Tyler Hammond as well.
Yeah, for sure. Give a lot of props to the VVR guys. That's a different ball game calling a road race compared to an oval race. That's for sure.
Absolutely. You know, I just like to make fun. I like their name, Virtual Velocity Racing. It just sounds like something like Morgan Freeman would say, like when he's calling a race. That's what we need to do. Get Morgan Freeman in here and be like, this road course series is brought to you by Virtual Velocity Racing. Yeah, baby. Or something silly like that. We couldn't get enough views. Get Morgan Freeman in here.
We got Michael Strickland up another spot. He's up to 3rd, so he's moving.
He must have glitched out because I cannot click on him.
James Pierce, Peyton Sweet, Michael Strickland, and Michael Robinson, all the last 4 cars on the lead lap. The first car lap down, Chris Roberge, Steven Salas, Nathan Bigger is those two. Salas and Roberge are 1 lap down. Then you go 3 laps down with Biggert, Hartung, Caffrey, Strait, Steiner, McClune, Theodore, Mark Gretchen are all 3 laps down. You got Hammond, Anthony, 4 laps down. You got Grayson and Philip Caffrey 9 laps down. And then you got Noah Blackwell 10 laps down. I know Bryant Lucas and there was Noah Blackwell. I know they're in the garage. They went home.
You know, maybe Mom just came out of the kitchen and said, "Hey, get off the computer. Get over here and eat your dinner." You know, that could have happened. I remember those days when I was younger. Let's see.
I do
let-
know that.
You're
I do
alright.
know that Steven Salas running sixth. He just pulled out of the pits, so wonder if he was getting fuel or something.
Do we got Gene in here? Let's see if we got Gene in the Discord. I'd like to talk to Gene. That poor guy took a beating right out of the gate, and he unfortunately isn't, so we cannot drag him up and talk to him.
Ryan, we got James Pierce, our leader, going out around. He's coming up on 2 more cars. He just went around in 1, so he had 3 cars in front of him here. He looks like he's getting ready to go around Theodore.
Yeah, nice
And
clean pass. You see how patient this guy is? It's unbelievable.
His next victim would be 3rd place running Mike Robinson.
If you just sit here and watch him race a little bit, it's like he smells blood in the water the second he gets a peep at a car, and then he just goes.
Do you think he puts the whole field a lap down?
I don't know, man. I don't know much about the guy, but I have heard the word around the racetrack that he's bad fast.
He's right here. Here he goes around Michael Robinson
He's gonna split him. What a that is insane. Let's
Takes
go
him
back.
3 wide and splits him in the middle.
Let's go back to that. Let's go watch this sweet corner they did.
There's only one more person that needs, only one more car on the lead lap, and that's Peyton Sweet.
They slow down. He sees an opportunity, gasses it up, goes, doesn't touch a single car.
And he's got a little ways to make it to Sweet, so we'll just see how it goes.
We got Nathan Biggert back here in 7th.
Oh,
He's up
we look
1
like
position from qualifying. So
Looks like Mike. Go ahead.
he's slowly working his way back up.
Yeah, it looks like we had Mike Robinson go off track a little bit there, running 3rd. He gathered it back up, though, and he's back on track.
Why does my leader box keep turning off and on? Get back up there. So it's showing as Biggert as the leader for the GT3s now.
Yes, you would be correct. I've got Biggert as the leader for the GT3s. And then it's Kobe Hartung and Michael Caffrey.
That guy, that is insane how he's gotten up there. That's the thing about Nate. He keeps his composure. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. He'll stay in it to win it.
And the funny thing about it is with these multi-classes is he's not really racing James Pierce as much as he's racing his own GT3 guys. So, I mean, he could still win his class without winning overall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's how they do it. So the GTPs, there was only 6 cars. All you have to do is beat 5 of them, and you'll win the race for your class. And the same goes for the GT3s, as we see we're on board with Nathan Biggert right now leading Colby Hartung. All he has to do is stay in front of Colby. It doesn't matter if he's 50 laps down to the GTPs, he still wins the race for the GT3s. So it's a really sweet setup.
Kind of some breaking news here. It looked like Michael Strickland took it to the garage in the trailer. Looks like he dropped out.
Oh no, that is horrible. Let's see if we can't find out what happened to him, shall we?
Looks like he was running 8th.
Oh, this ain't loading up correctly. That's why. Let's see. Strickland crashed. Let's take a look, see what happened to Stryker here. Get up in the blimp view here.
He did crash.
Speed up a little bit.
You got Steven Salas and
no. It doesn't even look like it was that bad, though. Turned it. Backed it up. In the grass. He got going again. Let's fast forward.
With these long tracks, this one's over 3 miles long. He wrecks and it doesn't look that bad, but if it messes up the car's handling and steering, it might be a long ways around to try to get that car back to pit lane.
That's true. We're going to have to ask him later on what happened to that race car.
Yeah, for sure. As we see Mark Retchen going under the bridge. Mark, he's just slowly moving up. He's like a turtle.
Yeah, he's actually up 5 positions. He is the biggest mover of the race right now in that Audi.
Awesome. Yep, he's just keeping her clean. I mean, everybody's so spread out. I mean, we've got Salas here with Anthony. Looks like Salas is going to go around in the GTP car. But everybody just making way for people and trying to keep her clean.
We see Peyton Sweetback here in second, flashing his lights, telling Hardtongue to get out of my way.
Coming through. I mean, do you blame Sweet? He's the only car left on the lead lap, so he needs to be moving. Because I'm not for sure where James Pierce is, but he's coming.
Let's see. Looks like he's sitting back here. He's just coming to turn 1 right now.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Yep, he is. Pierce is catching him. He has gained some ground on him, so.
You can just hear his throttle in his cockpit. This guy, I don't think he knows where his brakes are. It just sounds like he lifts them back on the gas. He's really fast. Obviously, he is braking, but it does not sound like it. As he comes up to Wesley Straight, he's just going to blow his doors off right here coming up. And off to the races he goes.
And now Sweet is his next victim. Once he gets by Sweet, he's lapped the whole field at least 1 lap.
He's, maybe we got to put him. Maybe he needs to get. He has black flagging. Put him a lap down. Make him work for it.
He needs to be in the back the start of every race, because I guarantee it that wouldn't bother him at all. James is he's a wheelman in these road cars.
As you can see right here, Colby Hardtongue still in tow, chasing down that 01 car of Nathan Biggert, trying everything he can to catch up to that Mercedes. I just get a kick out how these guys just match their paint jobs.
How much time do we have left? I know this is an hour race.
We have 8 minutes.
These guys got 8 minutes left.
8 minutes to run these cars into the ground. And we got Chris Robert still here. He's up 2 positions, sitting in 4th, not quitting. This guy doesn't quit. He's running my logo, ChopShop. Well, it's not my logo, but it feels like it's my logo when I'm broadcasting. But he has a ChopShop TV logo right on the hood there. Bang, bang! This Hardtongue and Bigger battle is going to heat up. You watch. Mark my words.
Hardtongue and Bigger. Let's jump over there. Here we go.
Sitting on board with Hardtongue right now. He sees Biggert there. He wants it. He's just got to be smooth. Biggert's no joke on these road courses. He's really, really smooth. He loves them.
Looks like 6th and 7th. And with that said, Pierce is getting closer to Sweet.
Pierce is, huh?
He's right there, and it's gonna slow Sweet down. Sweet goes around Hardtongue.
On board with Pierce right now.
Gets around him. Oh, hold on.
Taking the outside, coming back in, going back out, coming back in. He wants to go around Sweet. He wants to lap the entire field, and he is all over him.
About got to the back of him there. But there he goes. He puts the last car on the lead lap, a lap down.
What a beast. What a monster.
See how fast and how clean he did that. I mean, besides almost getting into the back of Peyton Sweet there a little bit, there was 3 cars right there. He just weaved right through, and Hardtongue and Biggert did a good job holding their line and letting those guys go by.
Looks like Hard Tongue has the fastest lap in the GT3 still. He ran a 201.51, and Hard Tongue ran a 201.57. No, that Caffrey did, I'm sorry. Caffrey ran a 201.57. Hard Tongue ran a 201.51. I mean, those two are fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Gene was actually the fastest. He ran a 201.23. So, I mean, we're just talking fractions of time here that these guys are just faster than. But that makes a big difference on the track.
Yeah, we're gonna go down. Let's go down the running order here real quick. Since we're starting to run out of time. James Pierce is your overall leader, with Peyton Sweet second, Mike Robinson third, Chris Roberts fourth, Stephen Salas fourth, Nathan Biggert fifth. Nathan Biggert's leading the GT3 cars. We got Kobe Hartung, Caffrey, Wesley Strait, David Steiner, Gene McClune, Mark Retchen, Tyler Hammond. Tyler Hammond is slowly but surely like Mark Retchen. He's just kind of gliding up in there and getting a little bit further and further ahead.
I don't know if you've seen this either, but Stryker came back onto the track.
He did come back. I did see him come back. Maybe he just had to run to the trailer real quick or the garage. Speaking of garage, this track.
Here we go with the facts.
Yeah, this track doesn't have garages.
Where do they pit, or like where do they put all their haulers?
I guess they just kind of maneuver their haulers somewhere, somehow, and that's kind of, they set it up, and that's their like garage area. They don't actually have buildings like garage areas here at this track. So that's pretty cool. I mean, let me find it here. I'll find it here.
It looks
and I'll
like
read
on the inside on the deal over by the pit box, it looks like they got like little sheds over there or something.
Little shed. Let me see if I can. Also, I'll find it here and.
I got a fun fact for you. You ready?
What's that?
You ready for this fun fact? Did you know this race is sponsored by Virtual Velocity Racing, and you can go and join them on Thursday nights for their cup races, starting at 7:30 for a practice, followed by a 5-minute qualifying at 8:25, and you could join them. All you have to do is go Facebook.com/Virtual Velocity Racing. Get a hold of Tim Lee. He'll let you.
Tim Lee.
Tim
Lee's
the man.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Thanks, Tim. You're my boy.
Here it is. Sebring does not have garages. Race teams set up adjacent to their transporters and create their own temporary garage space.
Really?
Yep. All the ticketed, everybody that has a ticket, like as a race fan, they have access to the area to be right in there with the cars and look at, kind of like a pit area.
And Hard Tongue is back in first place. No quit.
Yeah. Hard Tongue, he's good. So is Nate Biggert, Caffrey. Everybody's good. I mean, everybody in running on the track today is decent. They're all, I mean, it's been a pretty decent race, really.
Well, and you got Caffrey right now up 4 positions, sitting in second place for the MP3s. Oh my God. GT3s.
MP3s.
That's it. I said it.
That should be a car.
He's sitting in second for the GT3s. And if you're looking at the sectors here, Caffrey is almost slower in he was slower in sector 2, 3, and 5. And 6, but he was quicker in 4. So as they're coming up through this, and each sector is a turn, I guess is the best way to put it. And he's just slow, but Wesley Strait behind him is quicker for the most part, as we just watched Strickland go by Caffrey.
Strickland made it back on the track. Good deal.
Yeah, he's down 11 positions right now, sitting in. I mean, it shows on my scoring 13th overall. Obviously, it would be probably second to last, because I don't think Bryant ever came back out, did he? No, he did not.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for points and everything like that, it's best to try to just finish the race. Because with Noah Blackwell and who was it, Bryant Lucas, the two that did not come back, So, if you can, at all possible, you try to finish the race if you can. I mean, so it's good for Stryker to come back out and just knock down some laps.
Well, I mean, normally I would say, if there was 30 cars on the track, go out there, try finishing up, and get as many points as possible. But that's just not the case. As we wind down, we got 35 seconds left of this race. Man, that went by really quick too. I was expecting it to feel longer.
It really did. But I mean, this is so much fast-paced, and you got so much stuff going on these road races compared to the oval races that, yeah, time flies when you're having fun, I guess, man.
And I'll tell you what, Tyler Hammond, after losing the internet, going 3 laps down, is actually up a position from where he qualified. So a position gained is a position gained in my book. I do love his car.
Yeah, for sure. It is a cool-looking car. I mean, like he said when he came up here, he's just chilling out and just just trying to make his car go forward, and that's what he did. I mean, he started this race with bad mechanical issues, and he's back up to 14th, and he's going to finish this race. So, I mean, you can't ask for a more worse day, I guess, because he did finish the race.
Absolutely. I mean, and what a good race it is. These guys did very well, I think, for the first time. As Sweet, Robinson, and Robers are all 1 lap down. Back behind them in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. They're all, 2, 4 laps down. But, again, that's just Hartung 4 laps down to a GTP. I doubt he's 4 laps down, in his own class.
Right.
That's checkers, baby.
Checkered flag. Looks like overall James Pierce is going to win it with Peyton Sweet and Mike Robinson rounding out your top 3. The number 1 car for GT3 is going to be nobody but Kobe Hartung. Michael Caffrey 2nd, and Nate Biggert 3rd for the GT3 cars.
And after last night's incident with Hartung, I'm sure it's nice for him to come up and get a win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
but now we have to listen to how good he is again.
To miss a gear and take out quite a few people in the field, to rebound and come back and win for the GT3s is it's a confidence booster for sure.
It's not even going to give me a finishing deal on the results. Dumb! Why doesn't it do it? Okay, I'm just doing little burnouts. Is Hartung over there burning it down too? Not yet. Where is the relative button? Oh, I want that up. Finding these buttons, I tell you what, isn't
for sure
ever the easiest thing in the world. I'll find it. Yeah, it's not going to give us the deal. But I could tell you it's James Pierce, Peyton Sweet 1-2 for the GTPs. And then it's Hartung and Michael Caffrey 1-2 for the GT3s.
Yep. We will be talking with them. So good race by everybody.
Oh, there's my race results. All right, here you go. James Pierce, number 1. Peyton Sweet, number 2. Michael Robinson, number 3. Chris Robers brings it home 4th. Salas, number 5th. Stryker would be 6th. And Bryant Lucas would be 7th when it comes to the GTPs. I don't know how the points work between the two, if it's like overall or not. I would assume it's not. I would assume it's within their class. For the GT3s, you got Colby Hartung 1, Michael Caffrey 2, Biggert 3rd, Straight 4th, Steiner 5th, Gene 6th, Mark 7th, Tyler Hammond 8th, Theodore 9th, Anthony 10th, Philip Caffrey will round out to 11th. Down beneath 11th is Noah Blackwell in 12th. Why? Oh, and okay, John Hammond, you are both in here because John Hammond was doing some race control.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good race. Being the first race of the season for the road guys, it looked like everybody stayed out of everybody's way. And, I mean, you're always going to have them mishaps with some people. And it's just part of racing.
All right, we are going to take a quick break as we watch, real quick, Pierce with one wheel on the front, the other one just dangling there. Burn it down. Look at that wheel just bounce around. Oh, and Hartung's there to celebrate with him. Good race, boys. Good race. That was very enjoyable. Let's take a break and go round these guys up and do some interviews.
Yeah, for sure. Still there?
Peyton Sweet, congratulations on a P2 finish here tonight. What was it like just trying to stay out of trouble and out of the chaos as you were just trying to get around those GT3 cars?
I tell you what, the GT3s, they actually really weren't too bad, I felt like, today. A lot cleaner racing than I feel like I've seen in the iRacing officials, especially during the Daytona 24 this year. So was really thankful. I mean, there was a couple maybe scary occurrences, maybe like the first couple corners, just trying to find my way and navigate around them, especially at the last two corners as well of the track. But I was scared more or less driving, trying to get around some of the slower GTP cars at the start of the race than than the GT3s, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was just fun. Glad I was able to be a part of it. Thanks to ChopShop for putting this on, and for you guys broadcasting it. It was just a lot of fun to be here today and racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was awesome to watch you guys. This is the first road course me or Church have ever, called. So we were all over the place. So when you go back and watch it, we'll go from here to there to here to there. And, one of the things we noticed is I don't know if it was just fuel strategy, tire strategy, but a lot of guys were coming in and out. Did you see a lot of tire wear or, going through a ton of fuel out there?
I think the tire started to wear right toward the end of my fuel run. Honestly, though, it didn't feel like it mattered too much to the car. I was having more throttle issues today than anything, so I think my tire wear wasn't nearly as bad as some of the rest of the field. Like last 15 minutes of the race, my throttle was, even though my foot be at the ground, it was only inputting like 90%, through the sim. So I wasn't even at full throttle for the last 15 minutes of this race, which got to figure out why that is. We'll get that fixed for the next one for sure. So, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like tires were fine for me, but I'm sure for others it was a little more sketchy.
Did you know that James Pierce was coming up on you to put you would be the last car, going a lap down to him? Did you know it when you seen him in the rear view? Did that make you push any harder?
Even if I wanted to, my throttle wasn't letting me. I could have it down to the floor, but it would just be like, for whatever reason, it wasn't giving the full gas. And yeah, I saw him coming up in those last couple corners. I was a little nervous on where he'd catch me at, so I just kind of followed the GT3 there at that right before that backstretch, just to let him by. I mean, dude's on a different level than the rest of the field. I'm just glad to be the best of the rest. I feel like that was that man. I mean, in practice, he was 3 seconds quicker than me in practice, and I knew right there and then. I'm like, there's unless he makes a mistake, there's no way I'm gonna be having the pace he had. So, just thankful it ended up working out the way it did. So.
Well, and that's going to also put you second in points. What's your plans going into the next race? Obviously, knowing that James Pierce is a freak of nature. Clearly, we jumped in his cockpit a few times. What's your strategy going to be to try to knock him down a step, I guess, would be the best way to put it, and put that 54 machine in victory lane?
I just try to practice a whole lot more, get more consistent with how I'm running the car. I made a few mistakes today that I probably shouldn't have made. I pushed the car a little too much when I definitely didn't need to. And then just try to become a better overall road racer. I've only been on this platform for 2 years. I'm still learning. I feel like I'm learning something new every day. So, I'm not the best, I'm not the worst, but there's a lot I can improve on, and I just need to practice a whole lot more if I'm going to even remotely match the pace that James was running today.
Hey, and everybody makes mistakes, and maybe, all you have to do is be within a car distance to pounce on, an opportunity like that. Church, do you got anything for him?
Yeah, just a good race, man. I was watching you throughout that race, and you were holding your own. When James Pierce there went to put you a lap down, it kind of looked like he got into the back of you a little bit to get around you, but besides that, pretty clean racing from you and from everybody. Good race.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I just want to shout out real quick, if that's okay, just a couple of sponsors. My entire team from Hutch Sport, they pushed me to be in this series, so I'm just thankful for them for encouraging. Thanks to All Star 15, our title sponsor. They've been great supporters of us, and JP Customs, McConey Setup Shop, just Drinking Bros Auto Racing. Just thankful for all of them to be part of our team. So.
Absolutely, man, and we definitely look forward to you bringing that plaid painted machine back next week, so we could just watch the show and bring your A game, because obviously everybody's going to need it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
You. Have a good night, sir.
You too.
Peyton Sweet, your P2 finisher. Let's bring up the winner, Mr. James Pierce, for the GTPs. Mr. Pierce, Mr. Pierce, Mr. Pierce. I think a lot of people think you're an alien.
I'll take it.
Man, what are you on, sir? That was one hell of a performance. Ended up lapping the entire field, not only the GT3s, but also all the GTPs. We jumped in your cockpit a few times just watching you navigate through here, watched you split cars on crazy corners. Walk us through some of those passes that you had where you had to split them 3 wide. Was there any hesitation in your mind at all before you were about to do that?
Not so much. With most of those passes, especially doing LMP ones back in the day, it feels like these things are less than the hypercars that they were back in the day with LMP one. So, the decision making on most of those is kind of just touchy feely. It's just mostly subconscious. So most of those moves kind of just come and go with just how you approach it and seeing different situations and having a ton of experience in cars like that. So stuff kind of just happens naturally. You know when you can go for a gap, you know you can't, and especially if it's like when two GTPs and a GT3, you know what you can do to make sure the other GTP doesn't come out of that a little ahead of you. Although to the other competitor's disadvantage, but yeah, just kind of instinct and a lot of time in the sim and a lot of time in the cars like these is really kind of what helps decide those decisions. And thankfully, all that experience accounts to at least something. So I'm alive here, and it was a good race. So at least the experience has brought me somewhere.
And with that experience, try fill us in a little bit, because I mean this is the first time I've ever met you, and you say you run the LPs. I mean, has all your experience just been on sim racing? Have you raced in real life? I mean, kind of walk us through like just how did you develop this talent for handling these cars around these road courses?
Yeah, sadly, I don't have any real experience in the real world besides, the good old snow days and a little bit of drifting. But other than that, it's all been sims. So coming up through Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport 4, and then eventually transitioning early. Basically, did a Papyrus Grand Prix back in the day, and then in 2009 when Iris came out, I got the account. So been on it since day one. Obviously, don't have the same account back then because I don't think my name is my mom's name. But yeah. Being on here that length of time has really helped me kind of just to keep with it and just develop as the tire model develops and the physics develops. So at this point, it's been through that and R Factor 2 in the Virtual Endurance Championship back in the day, along with some ACC competition and R Factor 2 experience, as well as basically my main discipline being like dirt rally for at least esports side and WRC games. So kind of getting the car control from all those and just being time in the rig, that's really all you can get is experience, and that's really what pays off. So I think I accustomed to that to being here since day one.
And all the guys in our league that I race with, they lecture me saying, seat time, seat time, seat time. Well, I guess you're living proof of that. Did you ever notice any tire wear, that was bad enough to where you really had to kind of pick new lines, go in a little shallower, anything like that?
In the GTPs, not so much. So you don't really get a ton of tire wear. You can kind of run the same pace all flat if you protect the rears and protect the fronts on entry and protect the rears on exit. So you can run the exact same pace and even push it a little harder. Some of my best laps in terms of, I think, consistency and bringing down the lap times were towards the mid stint where the fuel drops off and the tires stay the same. So not so much with tires, but as the stint goes along, I got faster and faster, which kind of nice with the fuel load and the GTPs. That's kind of how you can drive them. GT3 so much you get that 5 laps in, you get that extra pace, but with the GTP you can kind of run it flat all the way through as long as you protect the fronts and rears.
And we were looking at the field earlier, and it looked like there was only 6 GTPs to a ton of GT3s. Heading in, I think obviously we're going to do some recruiting just to keep filling up the track a little bit. Is that something that you would like to see as more GTPs to compete against, or are you just kind of happy with a smaller field to keep it a little cleaner and maybe keep some of the heat off your rear end?
I think for the stream wise, I think for the community wise, it'd be great to have more people in there. Of course, you do love a tight knit community, but I do think that expansion is always a great thing. It makes the stream better, it makes the entertainment better, and it makes a lot of more battles consistent because you'll get a lot of range of talent depending on how you recruit. You can get a lot more battles in the midfield and some in the top of the field too. So I think I do love the group of guys we got. They were great last season, and I enjoyed my last season here with them. But of course, it'd be great to have more cars on here and create a better show for them because obviously it's a great product we put on and a great community. So any more we can put in it is a success story.
Absolutely. Church, what do you got for him, bud?
James. You remind me of Kyle Larson on dirt. when he unloads, you know he's going to be fast. That's when I see you show up on a road course, I know you're going to be fast. I didn't expect any less. Good job, man. It was really fun watching you. Splitting those cars, those lap cars right down the middle. I mean, you're just a blast to watch, and look forward to watching you more throughout the season.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it was good racing, especially last season. And I've been, have the honor to be here with such a great community, and you included. It's been a great pleasure to be here, and I'm really happy that you guys have kind of let me into the culture and kind of incorporated me in and really welcomed me. Like, I really appreciate everything you guys have done.
For sure.
You got anybody at home you want to thank?
At the moment, I think my grandparents, they're always always helpful. My grandma, who always used to watch the races and support me, always gives me a water bottle too when I'm dying and all the endurances, because I think I could do 12 hours straight. So shout out to them. They've been incredible, and as well as 212 Racing, they've kind of made me a home at the moment after my team died. So thankful to them, and of course to you guys who put on a great show, and the community, in the league. You guys you guys put forward a great product, good entertainment, and it's always great fun to be here. So community's great, stream's great. I appreciate everything you guys do for it. So it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So appreciate you guys.
Oh, we appreciate you too, man. And what a hell of a race you ran tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week. James Pierce, #1 on the GTPs. You have a good night, sir.
You too, brother. Have a good one, guys.
All right, who we going to pull up next? Caffrey. Caffrey got second. Let's get Caffrey's car pulled up here. I don't like that camera view on him. Should we just go dominate? Big dominate for Caffrey? Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Let's get him. Michael Caffrey, my man, sitting in second for the GT3s. What was going through your head when you and Colby were fighting, it seemed like, for 9,000 laps? Let's just put it that way.
Oh my God! Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's just unfortunate, right at the start. Old Nate, and a couple of guys at the start got caught up in whatever happened. I was always ready for something like that. Turn one, you just don't know. Everyone's pumped for that first turn, and you didn't expect anything on turn one. And we just popped out, and then it was Colby and I, going for it within about a second of each other for a long time. It was great. It was really good race.
And it's funny because I race with you a lot, Caffrey, and it's most of the time, I wouldn't say, don't take this the wrong way, but most of the time, it always seems like you're in a bad mood because you're always in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it always seems like you're always racing for position. And I know as me and Church was watching you and Colby, I mean, you were in the lead, he was in the lead, you were in the lead, he was in the lead. It was just a nonstop back and forth. We were just up here praying like, oh, gosh, I hope he doesn't wreck out. I hope nothing happens. Like, he's running so good, because every time you're up front or, everything's going your way, something always comes down. So did you have any doubt in your mind when you were starting to push it harder and harder to try to get around Hard Tongue there the last time? Like, take it easy, don't mess up, don't overdrive it?
Yeah, look, I always say that to myself. I got my braking points. Back it up. You have the times when you're really going to push it a little bit deeper on some turns. But I definitely say that to myself, and it's just making sure you hit your braking points. And I knew I knew pretty much all my limits, and I was right on the edge of a few of them there. Don't get me wrong, I knew those guys that were sitting at the front that that came together at turn one probably had a bit. They had a bit more pace than us, but we were ready for anything. And Colby and I, we took it, we ran with it, and yeah, it was a great race. And once I got up to Colby's bumper, it was really good racing side by side with Colby, and yeah, it was good. Hey, look, he came away with a W, and good on him. Great win for Colby.
One of the things I love about watching you race, Caffrey, is you don't have a problem rubbing fenders, and I love that in a driver because you're always clean about it. You don't ever see, I mean, sometimes stuff happens, right? But most of the time I can watch you and you don't have any problem scrubbing each other, and you're just sitting there having a blast the entire time, and it's just awesome to watch. One of the things that we noticed was a lot of cars just periodically pitting at strange times, and it was strange for us, obviously, probably not strange for you guys. Did you guys see any, low fuels or tire wear in those GT3s?
Oh, look, I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't really worrying about what anyone else was doing, as in their strategy and everything like that. I knew what mine was, and I'd loaded the fuel up to, I probably had another lap or two in me when we pitted, and I was just watching Colby, and I was waiting to see what he did. And when he rolled into that pit, I had at least another lap, maybe two in me, and I thought, no, I'm going to come in with him. And yeah, I followed him, and I sort of just got him there. But on the pit stop, he had a few problems getting into the pits. I think he didn't quite get the pit limiter on. So that's what I sort of, I was trying to put a bit of pressure on there as well. But it was great racing, and like you said, I do love, I love close racing. I do like to keep it clean. I don't do like, even in the NASCAR stuff, I'm not really up there, but I do know I need to get a little bit more aggressive in some of that NASCAR stuff, because you're not really at the front if you don't get too if you're not aggressive enough. But yeah, it was good. Like you saw me around that. I think it was the last turn. Colby and I were rubbing fender. It was pretty funny. It was a really light touch, but it was good. Yeah, it is what it is. And I had that touch with Nate, but got back on the track and continued on. Got that second, so I didn't know. I wasn't sure if Nate had enough fuel, but hey, we got that P2 good.
Listen, Caffrey, it was good racing all the way around. We definitely enjoyed it up here. We put a lot of footage on you guys because you guys were just on each other. You could throw a blanket over both of you, and I know everybody gets tired of me saying that, but you could. And all in all, cars in one piece. It'll go back in the trailer, and you'll come back next week and try it again. Church, what you got for him?
Oh, my favorite Australian. Good job, man. Really fun watching you race. Like I said, like Ryan said, probably some of the best racing on the track throughout the whole race was you, Biggert, and Hartung. So good job, Caffrey. I know you're going to do good this season, so we'll see you next week. Give your shout-outs, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Churchy. Thanks, Ryan. Look, hey, yeah, I actually love just racing. I don't really. Everyone wants to win. There can only be one winner. But yeah, it's just great being on the track with everyone and all you guys and everyone at ChopShop's great to race with. Hey, look, thanks for you guys running the broadcast, Churchy and Ryan. Of course, Virtual Velocity Racing, the main sponsor, and ChopShop TV. I'd like to thank the guys we race with, like especially Colby and Nate. I know we came together, but it is what it is. That's you win some, you lose some with racing. And the GTP guys, and the GT3. Everyone, I thought everyone when racing around me, everyone was pretty cordial. Everyone's racing for their spot, but everyone was giving and taking. So I thought it was pretty good. And last but not least, everyone watching. So, hey, thanks a lot, Churchy. Thanks, Ryan. Much appreciated for your work up in the broadcast booth.
Absolutely, man. And again, it was a privilege to call it. And, we look forward to seeing what you do next week. Caffrey, P2 tonight in the GT3s.
Thanks, guys. Much appreciated, Churchy, Ryan. Thanks, both.
Hey, Ryan, can we pull up Mike Robinson next? He's in a hurry.
All right.
So we can get him up for a quick interview.
Mr. Mike Robinson, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Dude, so much better after that podium, man.
Yeah, you got a P3 tonight in the GTPs, and listen, bud, you are in the company of some nasty fast people. Walk us through, what your thought process was. Like Pierce coming around you and you trying to get through the GT3s, just trying to move forward.
Oh, it was difficult, but that's something that you just get here at Sebring. it's an endurance race. You know, you have to navigate traffic the best you can, and you know, I'm not expecting James to come up the middle like that when I was going through the GT3 cars was kind of nerve-wracking. I won't lie.
You know, and watching some of you GTP guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've never driven one. It seems like those cars have all the power and they're super light, and it looked like, you know, coming off the corners, you guys were always counter steering just to try to keep the rear end under you.
Yeah, I mean it's got a lot of torque in the back end. I ain't gonna lie. These cars, in my opinion, drive almost identical to Indy cars. I mean, they're just point and go. Like they'll bite, but if you're not careful and not easy on the throttle, it'll get a little squirrely on you, man. That's the beauties of having a dirt track background.
Well, and you know, you guys were running an hour solid. I mean, and that's very demanding on anybody just to keep your mind right. With that many cars on the field, right? All the GT3s are, you know, they run about 150 less horsepower. So you guys are just booking around them. What'd you take away from that tonight? What do you think the biggest thing that you taught, or I wouldn't say taught yourself, but learned, you know, about tonight and what to implement moving forward to the next race?
Well, this was, my opinion, this was a great test bed for the Sebring 12-hour coming up. I mean, it's gonna give you a lot of data going into the next big special event, but going into the next race, it's definitely gonna be a lot more cautious going into next race because where are we next week?
I have not looked.
Oh man, that this is going to be a fun one. So going into next week, we're going to Imola. I mean, Imola's going to be different. It's fast. I mean, it's one of my favorite Italian tracks. So navigating through there's a couple of tight chicanes that you'll easily catch the GT3s in, and it's just going to take a lot of patience going into next week.
You know, and that was going to be my next question, is the patience thing. Is it something that when you're going through there, you just have to constantly remind yourself, like, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy until, you know, X amount of laps or X amount of times up before you really start pushing as hard as you can? Or is it just get out of there as fast as you can, as hard as you can, and, you know, then kind of ride around and kind of get out of the chaos if possible?
Well, and my endurance racing started in 2020, back during the COVID years. So, I mean, it's definitely, you want to settle in early. If you don't settle in early, you're not going to have that rhythm. You want to be there at the end. You definitely want to be there to push at the end with, like, maybe, for me, I started really pushing it about 20 minutes left. So it's all about how you drive it, really. Like me, I focus on settling in at the beginning and trying to be there at the end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think you see a lot of strategies through the whole thing. I'm convinced, because James Pierce, like we said earlier, is an alien in these cars. You know, he's just a freak of nature. I think he just went hard for the full 60 minutes. You know, and
absolutely. I mean, he went hard straight from the beginning. I mean, that's James, though. I mean, last year's GT3 winner. I mean, he's the dude's an alien. You're absolutely right. I mean, he waxed the entire field. I mean, he lapped up to me and my teammate. He got my teammate, right. I mean, he's the dude's quick in whatever you put him in. I mean, I'm impressed by him.
So I mean, clearly knowing, you know, that much about him, what do you do moving forward? You know, preparation-wise, practice, even skill-based. You know, maybe you adjust your pedals or your wheel or whatever. What does a guy do going into the next week? Do to plan to, you know, like beat James, because he has a giant target on his back.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm gonna channel my inner Brendan Gaughan here, but like he's. That's a skill gap right there. There's no way you're gonna get past that. I mean, no matter how much time you put in. If I heard right, I was listening into his interview, and what he's been on iRacing since 09, but he's got what R Factor and
Forza
and R Factor and Forza. Yeah, so that man's been doing it for a while, but he's like that's just a skill gap. I mean, the guy's got a natural talent to behind the wheel. I mean, catching that guy, you're gonna have to put like 5 other fast guys with him just to beat him. I mean, it's gonna take at least 5 of him for the rest of the field.
Well, everybody's beatable, and maybe, just maybe, instead of being third, you'll be first in one of these following weeks. Every giant can fall. Church, what do you got for him?
Mike, this is first time seeing you in a part of the league. I just want to say congratulations and thank you for joining the league. I hope you have fun this season. One thing I want to ask you, you said you're a big dirt guy.
Yeah.
What can you take from the dirt side and apply it to the road side?
Oh, it's the car control, the throttle control. I mean, you got guys out there that'll like your pro drivers. Like, good example for this is you look at Tony Kanaan. That dude runs with no traction. I think. I mean, it's really your throttle inputs. Your being able to know when you feel that car's starting to step and when exactly to counter steer. I mean, taking away the things from dirt, it can translate to just about anywhere, whether you're road, oval, it's all about throttle control and car control for sure.
Being able to catch the moments, you know what I mean? Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, catching those slides and those out of control, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Nickname, is it the Smooth Operator?
I tend to think so, yeah, because I mean, I like to be smooth with it sometimes. Like you can go and push and be the fastest guy out there, but smooth is fast and fast is good.
So you're a Bobby Pierce fan.
Well, believe it or not, I'm a sprint car guy. So I've got a bunch of micro sprint. I've got an actual micro sprint background. So I'm a big Donnie Schatz fan, and even more of a big fan of the late Greg Hodnett. So I mean, it's those guys. I'm more like those guys than anything when it comes to the dirt side. So
there you go. Yeah, I grew up and I live sprint car dirt racing. I'm only 4 blocks from Knoxville Raceway, so
let's go, baby.
Yeah. I ran micro sprints when I was younger as well. So I totally agree with you there.
We're there, baby. We're there.
Can't wait for the 600 cc's to get on iRacing here and have some fun with that.
Oh man, that's my return to dirt right there, baby. I hope to see you on the track. I'm ready to bang wheels with you, buddy.
Yeah, we'll have to get on the track together sometime. But anyway, good race today, Mike. You held your own. You stayed clean. We'll see you next week.
Oh, absolutely, man.
You got anybody at home you want to thank?
My mom, both my kids, all my family, really. Want to thank all my sponsors, JP Customs, Moonpike Farm and Creamery, Honey Hill Farm, Effective CPR, NC, All-Star 15 TV, Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, Drinking Bros, Detoured by Designs, Southern Havoc Designs, McConey Setup Shop. Like, we out here, baby.
Absolutely, man. Good race tonight. P3 finish.
Thanks, man.
Mike Robinson, have a good night, sir.
You too, man.
Last but not least, Church. Last but not least. We'll have to tell him we're sorry. Mike had to hurry up there, so we had to get him interviewed. But so we pulled him in front of Kobe. But we'll let him know.
Yeah, no big deal. He was kind of the guest of honor today. Let me get Colby up here. Mr. Hardtongue, let's just say, I think you kind of redeemed yourself after last night's debacle, buddy. Walk us through what it was like. I mean, because Caffrey was just breathing down your neck, it seemed like, all race long, and then when you got rid of him, you had to deal with Bigger. I mean, you three nobody wanted it more than you did.
Dude, I had to stand on business right there. I had to beat the allegations. I just couldn't let all the stuff said to me yesterday and all the threats and all the people I made angry. I couldn't let that slide.
You know, and for you viewers at home, what we're talking about is we have a truck series that was broadcast by Signature Esports. You could go watch the replay. We were at Indianapolis in the trucks, and somebody, not naming names, on the restart, not naming names, forgot how to shift his truck, and he created a pileup that was so catastrophic that it took out everybody but like 6 or 7 drivers. So for him to come out here and put on a hell of a show, as you did, Colby, was impressive to say the least. You know, I knew you were fast in an oval, but I didn't know you were that fast on a road course.
Listen, man, I'm the best. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, if you want to put that juju on you, by all means, that's on you, buddy.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but it was like Caffrey had me sweat, and honestly, it was thanks in part to Nate and that other dude running into each other in lap 1.
Yeah, Blackwell.
That was definitely an incident that happened.
Do you think? Sorry, buddy. Do you think if Nate wouldn't have gotten that trouble, he would have been up there, you know, battling with you all race long as well?
Oh, he would have been battling with us for sure. But like, I don't know if you saw, but I was keeping up with him, and I had significantly more fuel than him in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, we noticed, you know, Caffrey obviously pressed you the most, and it looked like you would pick up the pace a little bit, and Caffrey was still there. You'd pick up the pace a little more, Caffrey was still there. You'd pick it up a little more, like he was like a gnat at a barbecue. You just couldn't get rid of it.
I couldn't get that dude off of me. I was trying everything, and he was still on my ass.
Like I said, man, you know, and you gotta love it. You know, Caffrey got P2 tonight, right behind you, and it's good to finally see the guy, you know, have a race go his way. You know, it always seems like he gets caught up in stuff, and you seem to always find your way to the front. Walk me through what it was like, you know, just navigating around all those GTPs as they're flying around you.
Clenching my ass cheeks, dude. It was scary at some points with them flying around in spots you don't want them to fly around you at.
You know, and we watched James Pierce do that a lot. Like, he got very, 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 very close to a lot of cars. So I could only
qualifying.
I could only imagine, you know, you going down the straightaway and seeing that big blue machine coming up, you know, quick in the rear view.
No, what machine I saw was with like 1 to go, Striker getting on my butt and pushing me 20 miles per hour faster than I should have been into turn 1.
We must have missed that. You know, Striker pulled it to the trailer. I mean, that's what Church said. He pulled it through the trailer for a few laps, and then he came back out. We're not 100% sure what happened to him, but I want to stay focused on you. Did you, coming into this, and, you know, let's just say, you know, 10 laps in, what was your strategy for, you know, did you have to take care of the tires, or was it just slowing down to save a little fuel so you can get an extra lap or 2 in?
It was really just staying consistent, not necessarily pushing, but like hitting your marks, making sure you're not making little mistakes, because they all add up. And you know, when you have Caffrey breathing down your neck, you can't afford to have any errors. And you know, you just gotta stay consistent and not mess up.
So moving on to next week, what's the preparation going to be like, knowing that, you know, Caffrey's here to play?
Dude, I don't even have a setup for next week. I'm running baseline, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I did forget about that. You guys were running open setups. You know, I guess you got a whole week, man. You could go start tweaking.
I don't know about that.
Church, what you got for him?
Like?
Church.
Can you hear me?
There he is.
Oh, we got
Everybody needs James Pierce's setups.
Well, it's not
But
the
no,
setups. He's a goddamn alien.
Yeah, he's good. But Kobe, good race, man. Good start to the season. You're in a good position early on. Honestly, I'm curious to watch you. You're one of the drivers that I am curious to watch and see how you progress through the season. From what I've seen in your road racing, you do pretty good. And so, if anybody's going to beat James, it could be you. And I agree with. I mean, that's what I think. So, good race. Excited to see what you do in the following races in the season, and good luck.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Who you got at home to thank?
Shit. I'd like to thank Storm Racing in Wes for being a good teammate. You know, he kind of sold the podium at the end there, but you know it's all good. Still got a P4. Appreciate all the field around for making a good race, especially Caffrey. Love the guy. He deserved the win as much as me if he was able to stay in front. But you know, things happen. But yeah, good race all around. Thank you guys for commentating too.
Absolutely, man. And we look forward to seeing you bring that Cool Wick Storm Racing machine next week and see if you can't do it too, Pete. You have a good night, all right?
Oh yeah, you too.
Colby Hartung, #1 for the GT3s. All right, Church. So that rounds out our field, but I do want to mention this before we sign off. The biggest mover of the night was the quietest mover of the night, and that's Mark Retchen. And the Audi was up 5 positions. The only Audi in the field.
You know, like I was saying, we were following him throughout the race, and he was just staying so smooth and keeping it clean, keeping it on the track. Mark's good with that, and he don't care about winning. He just wants to keep the car clean and finish the race. And you know, all that's going to do is make you faster and pass cars. So be watching Mark this year and see what he can do.
Absolutely. And from us up in the booth, I think I speak for both of us. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this race was sponsored by Virtual Velocity Racing, powered by ChopShop. If you guys are looking for a next gen series, go ahead, jump over Facebook / Virtual Velocity Racing. Look up Tim. He's the man to get a hold of. Ryan and Church is signing off. Don't do anything we wouldn't do, but if you do, take pictures.
Have a good evening, all.